What's up, guys? I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about my NBA season preview and what I think is going to happen in this next coming NBA season. I'm going to be talking about some disappointing teams that I think are going to underperform. I'm going to talk about some teams that I think are going to do more than expected. I'm going to get into some predictions on awards, and I'm going to just talk about the NBA and as a whole. So if you like this type of content, like and subscribe to the video if you haven't already, and let's get right into it. First, I'm going to talk about my disappointing team from the Eastern Conference, and I think that team is going to be the Indiana Pacers. I just feel like every single year the Indiana Pacers is a decent team and is like a 6th or 5th seed, but I think this is the year where they get knocked out of the playoffs, and I don't think they're going to be in the playoffs at all. And my reasoning is they made no improvements in the NBA offseason. I feel like they may have gotten a steal with Cassius Stanley with the 50th Sun pick, but besides that, I don't think they made any improvements whatsoever. They're getting back Jeremy Lamb from a season-ending injury last year, but I don't know how good he's going to be. TJ Warren's obviously not going to have the bubble output and performance that he had when he was in the bubble, averaging 35 points there in the regular season, and kind of got worse as the playoffs went on. I don't know how good Victor Oladipo is going to be. Is Miles Turner going to take that step that all of us have been thinking he's going to take in these last couple of years? He hasn't took it yet, and I don't think he's going to take that step yet, not even next season, because I just feel like that's the kind of player he is. He's a stretch big that's going to block a couple shots and a 14-point score. I don't think he's nothing more than that. Is Domantas Sabonis going to be an all-star again? Can we count on him to be a consistent all-star for the Indiana Pacers? And can we count on Malcolm Brogdon to be that good second option? Victor Oladipo or Malcolm Brogdon to be that good second option. I don't know if we can count on all those things to happen, and I feel like they've just been stagnant with their growth as a team, and they were just a little too comfortable to just come out with the same exact team as they did last season. Now that the Hawks and the Wizards have gotten significantly better in this offseason, and also the Hornets have gotten a little better with picking up LaMelo Ball, and the players that they have just looking like they improved from last year. They can be a hungry team in the East. So I feel like the Pacers, with those three teams and the Magic being decent and being an 8 as they are always, they may get knocked out of the playoffs this year in the East because they made no improvements, and they're looking for players that may not be able to fulfill their roles, stepping in and taking those roles on. And I don't think that's going to work. Next, I'm going to talk about a disappointing team that I think is going to be in the West, and that team is the Golden State Warriors. With Stephen Curry, they're obviously going to be a lot better than they were last year, as they were the second worst team in the league, getting the second pick in the draft. But I just feel like they're not going to be as good as some people think they are. I feel like Klay Thompson is a really big piece to that team, as he's obviously a really big piece to that team, and I feel like he's a piece to how good Steph Curry can be on the floor. Obviously, I think Steph Curry is still going to be an all-star starter, most likely. But I just feel like that Klay Thompson loss was a big one, a really big one, and it has a lot to do with how good they will be in this next season. Who else will step up for the Warriors? Will Kelly Oubre step up? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that Andrew Wiggins will step up, because he never has stepped up. He's never stepped up in a big moment. He's never been good on a successful team ever. And I don't know how good Draymond Green is going to be coming into this next season. He didn't really show anything last year, and I don't blame him for that, because he had nothing to play for, and all of his teammates were gone from the championship run. It was just a whole bunch of young guys. But I don't know how good he's going to be coming into this next season. And if all those three people, Kelly Oubre, Andrew Wiggins, and Draymond Green, are reliable, then who are you going to rely on? You're going to rely on a rookie big to be your second best player? I just don't think that's a good recipe for success. So in my opinion, at the best, they're going to be a 7th seed. I can't see them getting home court advantage in this next playoffs. I just don't feel like Steph Curry is going to have that great of the season. I feel like he's going to have a really, really, really good season, but just not an MVP type season, especially not with this splash brother, without his splash brother Klay Thompson, because he just provides so much space and gravity, because everybody's always worried about Klay Thompson because he's such a knockdown shooter that it gives Steph Curry a little bit more space and a little bit more space to work, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like Klay Thompson's a big loss. I'm not sure how the supporting cast players for this Warriors team and Oubre, Green, and Williams are going to play, and I'm not ready to put that pressure on Wiseman yet. So that's why I feel like the Warriors are going to underperform their expectations that they have right now. My surprise team for the East is the Philadelphia 76ers. The Philadelphia 76ers have improved a lot this offseason, adding 2 veteran guards and Danny Green and Seth Curry, and drafting Tyrese Maxey in this latest draft. Now, those are 3 big pieces because they provide shooting and a little bit of ball handling with Seth Curry and Tyrese Maxey. Danny Green's not really a good ball handler, but he gives what Tyrese Maxey and Seth Curry kind of don't have in perimeter defense. Now, I know Danny Green had a terrible playoffs last year, but he's still he's still a decent shooter. He's a decent shooter in this league. He's a winner, and he's a really good defender on that end. So I feel like those are 3 really great pickups for their guard position, and that was the biggest downfall of their run last year, is that they didn't have any ball handlers and shooters. Tyrese Maxey and Seth Curry can be those ball handlers aside of Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris at times, and all of them, and Seth Curry, Tyrese Maxey, and Danny Green can be good shooters for them. Going along with Shake Milton and Matisse Thybulle. Hopefully Matisse Thybulle can take a step defensively and be one of the best defensive guards in the league, because that would be really big for them. And Shake Milton just doing kind of what he did last year at the end of the season and in the bubble a little bit. So that's what I'm really looking for the 76ers to be a surprise team in the East. I feel like people think they're going to be a 4th or 5th seed, but if those moves are right and they fit well with Simmons and Embiid, I feel like they can make the conference finals because of how good Simmons and Embiid is when they're healthy and when they're engaged. And I feel like this is a make or break season to see if this works. Obviously, this is not thinking about the trade with James Harden, because Ben Simmons have been in a lot of trade talks with going to Houston for James Harden, and if that happens, it's a whole different conversation, because James Harden and Joel Embiid is even more lethal than Ben Simmons is with Joel Embiid. But with this Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid duo, along with all the supporting cast members I've already named, I feel like they have a good chance to be that surprise team in the East this year. The surprising team that I have for the Western Conference is the Memphis Grizzlies. And the main reason, and really the sole reason, that I have this team to be the surprising team is because I feel like Ja Morant is going to take a huge step in his second season and become a bona fide all-star this season. I just feel like his play produces so much to winning, and him almost making the playoffs in his rookie year. I feel like he's going to take that big step, and they're going to become a playoff team this year, being an 8th or 7th seed in the playoffs. I just feel like right now everybody's counting them to be a young team again, a nice young fun team again, and be a 9th or 10th seed. But I really feel like Ja is here, and he's going to put on a show, and they're going to make the playoffs this year because he's going to be that good this season. And with the addition of Jaren Jackson Jr., and when he comes back during the season, now push him up even more. And they have a decent supporting cast with Jonas Valanciunas, DeAnthony Melton, Kyle Anderson. They got some decent draft picks in Xavier Tillman and Desmond Bane. So they have a decent team to make the playoffs in this Western Conference. But the sole reason is because of Ja Morant and how good I think he's going to be this season. And now I'm going to talk about the 2 awards I'm going to talk about in this video, and that is the MVP and the Rookie of the Year. I feel like those are the 2 main awards that you can really predict and look at for the future with all the awards. With the 6th man and Defensive Player of the Year, you kind of have to get in the season a little bit to kind of predict that. But the Rookie of the Year and the MVP, you can kind of predict before the season. That's what I'm going to predict right now. And I feel like the MVP is honestly, I don't think it's going to be close. I feel like it's going to be Luka Doncic. I feel like Luka Doncic is going to carry his team to be in a home court advantage spot in this Western Conference, be a 4th seed at least in this Western Conference, and average like some crazy numbers like 39-8 or 29-9-8, something like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he'll especially be able to get more of those numbers while Kristaps is out, because he'll be taking the bulk of the shots, and he's just a winner, man. He gets his team W's, and I feel like he'll be able to do that with or without Kristaps, with the addition of Josh Richardson, Tim Hardaway Jr., Dorian Finney-Smith, Dwight Powell, and the rest of the crew. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they'll be able to hold on until Kristaps gets back, and they'll be a 4th seed at least, and Luka will be having some ridiculous numbers, and that's why I feel like he's going to be the MVP. I feel like AD is going to be the second place, and I honestly think Damian Lillard is going to be the 3rd place for the in the MVP conversation, because Damian Lillard is going to have the same type of thing. I feel like he can get his team to a 5th or 6th seed, and he's going to be putting up some ridiculous numbers. And AD is probably going to be the 1st seed, and LeBron's going to be chilling, so he's going to be having some ridiculous numbers as well. But Luka, he's just a young guy. He's still a phenom. He's fresh on the NBA mind, and he's just a really exciting player. So that's why I feel like they'll give it to Luka Doncic for the MVP award. Now, for this Rookie of the Year, I feel like it will be going to LaMelo Ball because I think he's going to get the most opportunity. Even though he's coming off the bench, I feel like he'll get the most opportunity in this draft class because a lot of these top picks aren't getting that much opportunity. Besides Killian Hayes and LaMelo Ball, a lot of these top picks are just like rotational players right now, you know what I'm saying? Usually those top picks are starters and first the franchise. Not a lot of these guys. Anthony Edwards is the 3rd option. James Wiseman is the 3rd option or 2nd option at best. We got Isaac Okoro. He's probably the 2nd or 3rd option on his team. Obi Toppin is still coming off the bench for Julius Randle. Killian Hayes is one of the only ones that is starting in the top 10. LaMelo's not even starting, but he gets starter minutes, especially in this preseason. Like, he was averaging like 25, 26 minutes per game. And I feel like as he gets into it, he'll get acclimated with this league, and he'll put up some really good numbers for a rookie. And I feel like this is a dark horse, but I think the 2nd place player is going to be Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony has been surprising to me in this preseason, and I feel like he'll get some opportunity as that backup point guard. A lot of minutes at that backup point guard position because Markelle Fultz can also slide to the shooting guard, and you can run a lot of 1 and 2 with him and Fultz, so I feel like he'll get a lot of opportunity. And he honestly outplayed LaMelo in that last preseason game. He had 19 points. LaMelo had 4, 4, and 4. Sometimes you got to live with some of those bad games LaMelo has, but Cole Anthony has been really reliable for the Magic bench in this preseason, so I feel like he's going to be a dark horse. 2nd is going to have a really good rookie season, and 3rd I feel like it will be Killian Hayes because he's going to have a lot of opportunity, and at some point this season Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin are going to get shipped out, and it's really going to be his squad. So I think that's going to be solely off of how much opportunity and minutes and shots he's going to get on that team and how good his assist numbers will look because of that. So that's why I think I'll have Killian Hayes 3rd. So LaMelo 1st, Cole Anthony 2nd, and Killian Hayes 3rd. That is my Rookie of the Year race. Alright guys, that's all I got for you guys today. Like and subscribe on the video if you haven't already. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. It really helps a lot. I'm going to try to post a Dallas Maverick prediction video a little bit later in this week because they don't play, I think, until Christmas Day. So I can get it out a little bit later, but the NBA starts tomorrow. That's why I want to get this video out today. So, and if it goes out tomorrow because of how late it gets, it'll probably be out before at least the first game, but I hope to give it out on Monday, but it may be early Tuesday. So if you like this type of content, like I said, like, subscribe on the video if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time.